Barcelona are reportedly interested in another Arsenal star for £52 million this summer, and this could threaten our plans. But that's not all. Manchester United have privately revealed their intentions to sell Marcus Rashford to Arsenal, and this could cost us a fortune. Will Arteta accept? Furthermore, Marco Silva wants Gabriel Jesus as one of his first signings for Benfica when he replaces Jose Mourinho. If you want all the details on these big transfer news, subscribe now, turn on notifications, and let's dive into what could shape our entire summer. Let's jump straight into the first story, because Barcelona seem to be focusing their efforts on improving their forward line this summer. Yet in England, they are being linked with a move for Arsenal defender Piero Hincapie. Barcelona were heavily linked with Inter defender Alessandro Bastoni in April, reportedly agreeing terms with the Italian defender, but doubts from Hansi Flick over his signing ended up collapsing the move. Since then, the Catalan giants have spent €80 million on Anthony Gordon from Newcastle United, and their reported next targets are Bernardo Silva and Julian Alvarez, seemingly trusting that Gerard Martin can be a permanent solution as a left-sided central defender. But now they've inquired about Hincapie's situation. Joining Arsenal on loan last season with a €52 million option to buy from Bayer Leverkusen, the Gunners are yet to confirm whether they will make the deal permanent. As such, Barcelona have inquired about his situation and the potential for a move. Like Bastoni, he's a left-sided defender and can also play at left-back, two positions that have been draped in uncertainty at Barcelona this season. The 24-year-old has had a largely positive year at the Emirates, playing 38 times, scoring once and giving 2 assists. That's despite competing with Miles Lewis-Skelly and Ricardo Calafiori at left-back, and William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes in central defence. Of those appearances, 29 were starts, and Hincapie started the first leg of the Champions League semi-final against Atletico Madrid. Most of the second half of the season has been spent at left-back. Hincapie already has 51 caps for Ecuador and experience of winning the Bundesliga, the Premier League and the Champions League final to come. That's an incredible pedigree. It's true that his best at Bayer Leverkusen came in a back three, and at Arsenal he spent more time at left-back, meaning he may not be perfectly suited to leading a back four from centre-back. Now let's talk about Marcus Rashford, because Manchester United have privately revealed how they feel about selling him to Arsenal this summer, and the news isn't great for the Gunners. Marcus Rashford is one of several wingers being linked with a move to Arsenal this summer. The Gunners are expected to strengthen in wide areas before the new season begins, especially with questions surrounding the futures of both Gabriel Martinelli and Leandro Trossard. If both players leave, Arsenal will need more than one winger, and that has led to a number of names being linked with the Emirates. Among them is Rashford, and a move could well be possible if Arteta really wants it. Rashford's future has become one of the biggest talking points of the summer transfer window. The England international has spent most of his senior career at Manchester United, and at one stage looked destined to become a one-club legend at Old Trafford. However, things have changed dramatically over the last few years. Questions over his consistency and long-term role have led to speculation that United could be willing to listen to offers to sell him permanently. With Barcelona going after Anthony Gordon, Rashford may have to find a new home elsewhere, and there are plenty of rumours. Arsenal are one of the clubs linked as they look to add more quality and depth to their attack. From United's perspective, though, selling him to a direct rival is not something they would be keen on. That's the crucial detail here. Manchester Evening News correspondent Stephen Railston was asked about the possibility of Rashford joining Arsenal and revealed the club's stance. He said, regarding Arsenal, United would not want to strengthen a Premier League rival, but an offer would be considered for the right money. That suggests a deal is not impossible, but Arsenal would likely have to pay a premium to convince United to do business. We're talking significantly more than his actual market value. There's no denying Rashford is a brilliant footballer on his day. When he's confident and in rhythm, he can win games almost single-handedly. But the problem is, Arsenal would not be signing the best version of Rashford every week. His inconsistency has been a concern throughout his career, and any deal would almost certainly involve a significant transfer fee and enormous wages. That makes the risk far greater than the potential reward for a club that's worked so hard to build the right culture. Arsenal have been down this road before with signings like Willian. Rashford feels like a gamble the Gunners simply do not need to take. Now let's talk about Gabriel Jesus, because a new report claims Marco Silva wants to make him one of his first signings when he replaces Jose Mourinho at Benfica. Jesus finds himself at a crossroads this summer. The Brazilian arrived at Arsenal in 2022 and immediately transformed the mood around the football club. His energy, movement and winning mentality helped convince people that the Gunners were ready to compete again. Unfortunately, injuries have prevented him from building on that brilliant start. Every time he seemed ready to find rhythm, another setback arrived, and that's ultimately allowed other players to move ahead in the pecking order. Victor Gyökeres is now Arsenal's first-choice striker, while Kai Havertz offers Arteta another option through the middle. That leaves Jesus facing an uncertain future as he enters the final year of his contract. According to Portuguese journalist Bruno Francisco, Benfica are monitoring the situation closely. The Portuguese giants are preparing for a managerial change, with Mourinho expected to leave and Silva tipped to take over. If that happens, Jesus is said to be one of the players Silva wants to bring to Lisbon. A move could suit all parties, as Benfica would get an experienced attacker with elite-level pedigree, while Jesus would have the opportunity to become a leading figure again rather than a squad player. There's little doubt Arsenal would be willing to sell Jesus if a suitable offer arrives. The Gunners have already strengthened their attack, and keeping a player on big wages who has just 1 year remaining does not make financial sense. According to David Ornstein, Arsenal are looking for a fee of up to £20 million for Jesus. Considering they paid around £45 million to sign him from Manchester City 3 years ago, that would represent a respectable return. Whether Arsenal actually receive that amount is another question entirely. Jesus' injury record, current role and salary demands could make negotiations difficult, even if Benfica and Silva are keen. Now let's talk about a goalkeeper, because Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta has Atalanta goalkeeper Marco Carnesecchi on his agenda for the summer, and there's an interesting agent connection that could make this deal happen. In February, reports from Italy claimed Arsenal followed the 25-year-old. The stopper graduated from Atalanta's academy and has been their number one since the 2023 to 2024 season. He let 135 goals and has 45 clean sheets from 126 matches for Ladea. This season, he kept 17 clean sheets and conceded 57 goals from 50 matches. The stopper's performances would have convinced Arsenal to include him in their shortlist as a potential replacement or backup option. According to Tutto Atalanta, Carnesecchi is vocal and has the ability to build up play from the back. These are some of the qualities that make him an ideal fit for Mikel Arteta's system. Arsenal scouts have closely followed the Italian for over a year and a half, and they're keen on securing his services this summer. Here's where it gets interesting. Arsenal maintain a good relationship with his agent Alessandro Lucci, whose client list also includes Arsenal's Riccardo Calafiori. The representative brokered Calafiori's move from Bologna to the Emirates in 2024. Lucci understands Arteta's needs perfectly, and he has Arsenal's trust due to the Calafiori deal. That personal relationship could make this transfer significantly easier to complete compared to other targets. The English champions have to step up their efforts though. Ladea are opening the door for the move to go through, and Atalanta have set a €40 million price for the Italian and are refusing to offer any discount. That's their final asking price. Arsenal are interested in Carnesecchi, and the player, his agent and Atalanta are all aware of this. It's unclear whether the North London club are willing to meet that price, but their close ties with the agent can definitely make the potential deal easier this summer if they decide to move forward. Alright Gooners, that's all the massive news from today. Now I want to hear from you. Should Arsenal make Hincapie permanent or let Barcelona tempt him? Is Rashford worth the premium United will demand? Should we accept Jesus leaving for Benfica? And is Carnesecchi worth €40 million? Drop all your thoughts in the comments right now. I read every single comment and your debates are always incredible. Let's get a proper discussion going about our summer strategy. And if you enjoyed this breakdown and want every Arsenal update throughout the transfer window, you absolutely need to hit that subscribe button immediately. Smash it right now and turn on notifications. We're reshaping the squad. Until next time, Gooners, trust the process and come on you Gunners!